How's it going?
Really great. How are you?
Well, finally we're sitting down here. We tried this before yesterday. Didn't work out, but
Nah, but we're good.
my first live 2-on-1 interview. And of course I had to get the lovely, the beautiful, the radiant, my former colleague and good friend, Yasmine. Welcome.
Thank you.
How's life? What's new?
Yeah, it's really great actually. Just got back to Dubai from London yesterday, and so big change in weather, big change in grey skies and everything. So yeah, just adapting right now.
But you're not in living in London right now. You're living in
No.
Where are you living?
I'm heading off to Thailand in a couple of days. I'm
Okay, yeah.
making the move over there, see how it pans out, you know.
You moved to Thailand how long ago?
Well, I headed over to Thailand last June, and I've just been going back and forth for the last 5 years, and it's just a place that I'm absolutely in love with. So I'm like, what the heck, fuck it, let's go and give it a try.
Right. What was the experience like when you first went over there, when you first decided to move over there? What was that experience like?
It was a bit surreal because I still had a life back here in terms of my home and car and clients and my beautiful little dog, of course.
Pablo?
Yeah, Pablo. But yeah, it was kind of a like, see how it goes kind of thing before I fully commit to it. And now it's like, yeah, it's a definite. We're doing it. So, you know, just had to head back to the UK to tie up a few loose ends. And off we go to give it a try, you know.
But what happened? Like, let's say the first 24, 48 hours, you leave Dubai, you fly to Thailand. What was the first 24, 48 hours like for you?
It was great. Like, it was great. I just feel like instant peace when I get off the plane, when I go there. Like, I don't know, the lifestyle is just chilled. The weather, the beaches, everything's beautiful. The people, there's a lot of like-minded people.
Right.
Especially like the area I go to. It's a lot of, it's very heavy on the like fitness and wellness mindset, which is something that I need to be around. You know, I love to be around. I need to be around it. I don't want to be around the hustle and bustle anymore.
Right.
I like the chilled vibe. I'm getting old, you know.
Yeah, and for those who aren't aware, if you haven't picked up on it yet, Yasmine is a trainer. We used to work together here in Dubai.
I am, yeah.
Are you still training over in Thailand?
I am training clients online at the moment.
Online.
So I made the transition just before I came here. Went to Phuket. And I was sort of like just testing the waters with it, you know. And then I realized that by doing the online coaching, I was going to be able to travel wherever I want, you know, because I was there like earlier on, and it was like I had to come back to get back to work, to get back to my physical face-to-face clients. And I was just like, I don't want to leave, you know. So I want to be doing something where I can just be where I want, when I want, and I don't have to rush back for work.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, online training is something that is relatively new. It picked up a lot during COVID.
Yeah.
I remember when COVID happened. At that time, I was using a Nokia phone. You know, I didn't have any social media. And, you know, the gym I was working at the time, they told us, we can't guarantee you any type of payment, and we don't know when we could get back to work. So a lot of my colleagues at that time, they were having some form of online training set up already, so they were able to kind of carry on and continue that. But it's relatively new. So how's that transition been for you? Because it's something that a lot of us see. You know, we see it in the gym. People are working with a trainer on their phone. But how's that experience been for you?
It's been good. Like, I can definitely see the value in it in terms of like a lot of the problems and issues that I faced being a face-to-face personal trainer are eliminated for my clients and for myself.
What type of problems are we talking about here?
So we're talking about matching up schedules. We're talking about taking payments. We're talking about, you know, clients finding the time, reducing no-shows. Like any PT will know the biggest boo-boo is like when your clients cancel at the
especially
last
at
minute.
6 a.m.
Yeah, exactly. And like for me, I have such close relationships with my clients, as I know you do. Like our clients here in Dubai have become friends and family, you know. So, you know, if someone cancels on you, you can't really be like, you know, I'm gonna take for that session. You don't really want to do that,
right.
you know. But at the same time, this is also your time. And it's also your life. So I just find it eliminates those awkward conversations, you know, because you'll just sit and discuss with your client, like, right, you're doing these 3 or 4 sessions, do them in your own time. We'll preliminarily plan when you're going to do them. But if you miss one, it's not going to affect anyone. It's not going to affect me. It's not going to affect you. But, you know, you can figure out when you can next do it rather than wasting each other's time, you know? So that was a big thing for me because it became a very frustrating part of the job.
And what about for your clients? So what type of positive feedback do you get from your clients who are now transitioned to online training with you?
Yeah, I mean, this is the major thing that they mention as well, you know, that it's the matching of schedules. Everyone's busy. I'm busy, you're busy, they're busy, you know? So that's the main thing that I find that they're loving about this. You know, it took them a while to get used to the not having me physically there and giving them a kick up the butt, but they got there in the end.
Are most of your clients there in Thailand, or are they?
No, most of my clients are in the UK and in Dubai. So.
Okay, interesting. And you're getting those through social media, or? Social
media, yeah. I mean, obviously you just mentioned social media a minute ago. For me as well, there was a time I didn't even have it when everyone had Instagram and stuff, and like when I first realized, you know, like being an online coach means a big presence on social media. I was like, oh gosh, like I can't talk into the camera. I can't you know, do all of this. Like you get a bit of imposter syndrome thinking like, you know, you're trying to be an influencer or something. But there is a difference, you know, between being an online coach and being an influencer, which I am not, just for the record. But yeah, it's just one of those things that you have to get over if you want to be successful. So, I mean, you'll probably know from you've known me since doing the transition. I was never really that heavy on social media, but this is also how you're going to market yourself. Yeah,
and I think maybe
like social media is like your CV now.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
Like one of my friends, she's just started like face-to-face PT, and like her potential new clients and stuff are asking for social media, and she doesn't want to do it, but I'm like, you know, you have to.
Yeah, and I see you posting more regularly. Maybe you are more of an influencer than you want to.
No, that's not what I'm trying to do. It's like more, you know, providing a visiographic CV.
True.
Showing my knowledge and showing, you know, results of previous clients, like social proof and things like that. Social proof and knowledge of nutrition and form and technique, and explaining a little bit about how the online coaching works as well, you know, because people don't necessarily know what it is. Like a lot of people just think that online coaching is right. You put your phone there when you go to the gym and we video call each other for an hour. It doesn't work like that.
So how does it work?
Well, it's more like the majority of coaches will have an online platform that the client can access and download on their phone. And on this platform, they will have their tailored workout plan for a month, 8 weeks, whatever it is. There's usually a minimum term of about 3 months. And you have like a video library of your exercises, so you know exactly what to do. You can click on it, see what you're doing. So it eliminates any problems that you might have with form and stuff like that, because everything's explained to you. And then you have your check-in every week, either by a video call or by a video check-in, depending on the package that you get. And yeah, we just track progress, and I'm there 24 hours a day on WhatsApp. The phone is like glued to me, so.
Yeah, I was going to say, it seems like it's still a full-time job,
still a
if
full-time
not even more.
Job, yeah. I find that most of the time is spent on social media, to be honest. Yeah.
It kind of just transitions that time that you need to be inside the gym to wherever you want, but you need that phone with you. You need to be available on the computer or on the phone, right?
Exactly. So where a client might take 12 sessions with you for the month, you're giving them 12 hours, right? Whereas if a client signs up with you and they want to still do their 12 sessions a month, it kind of takes the time away from you, because you write them a plan, you show them how to execute it, and you're there by message. They can send you videos whenever they need you. So you're ultimately, I would say, with maybe a 20-minute check-in once a week, you're reducing the 12 hours you spend with the client, as well as making them a program, which takes you another couple of hours, and setting them up on a portal, which you also do, booking them in, talking to them, arranging the sessions. Let's say that's about 15 hours, and you're reducing that to maybe 2.
Right.
So it means that from my perspective as a personal trainer, it's a scalable business. I can increase my client base, my clients, rather than I'm only limited to maybe, 15 clients, because I can only physically be there for that many hours in a day. Whereas online, I can give myself to a lot more of them.
Yeah. Is that one of your goals? What is your goal with that? Is it to get more clients, or what is your vision with where do you want to take the online training?
Well, I'd like to grow it to the point where I can cater to a large amount of people, hundreds and hundreds of people, and lead it on to some other things. I'd quite like to do my own gym clothing brand and stuff like that. So I'd like that to create a platform for me to do that.
Have you looked into that at all, or?
I did. I looked at it. I looked into it before I looked into online coaching, because I'm very passionate about gym clothes for women especially, but I kind of need a base.
And how is it different doing that in Thailand versus Dubai? I would imagine, of course, the cost of living is less, but
what are the other being
differences?
able to do the job that I love and earn enough to be able to live where I want to live. Obviously Thailand is very, very cheap compared to Dubai. I felt also a bit like I'm working to live here, whereas over there it's a different story. You can live a very nice life.
But I really commend you and admire you and respect you, because often we're always talking about the idea of leaving Dubai, going to Bali, going to Thailand, going to some other beautiful, more simple way of living. We always talk about it.
Well, it's the second time I've done it now. I did it 3 years ago when I went from London to here.
Yeah.
But I think Dubai was a little bit more of a big shiny object, it was fun. I was really super heavily into partying, going to nice restaurants and stuff when I moved here, and it was great at the time, but I feel like, as I mentioned, it's just a nicer, more chilled, peaceful way of life, and it's where most people want to end up when they're a lot older anyway.
Right.
Why not just do it now? Why wait till you're 60 and retire?
Weren't you afraid? Weren't you afraid at first of what could happen?
No, I would be more afraid to stay exactly where I am when I don't want to be there.
Right.
There's nothing more scary than that.
And so you had been in Dubai for 3 years, right, before moving making the jump.
Yeah.
And do you picture yourself in Thailand long term, or?
Well, this is the thing with me and anyone that knows me, nothing is really forever, I always change my mind a lot, and people always say, oh, don't you want to just settle down and choose somewhere to stay? And it's why though?
Right.
Why am I supposed to do that? Because everyone else does that. What's really the big deal if I want to move around?
True.
So I can't say that I might want to stay there in 3 years' time, or that I might not want to come back here. I might want to go back to London. I might want to go somewhere else. So I can't really answer that.
But again, because it's such a exotic idea, it's an attractive thing to think about, but to actually make that commitment, to make that move, to go from a place where in Dubai, we can complain all we want, but we're very stable, we're very safe and secure here, financially and otherwise. And so you move out to a new country like Thailand. What do you feel like? How do you weigh the risks with the rewards? And
it doesn't work out.
It doesn't.
Always leave.
Yeah.
That's it. It's not that deep. It's plane ticket.
Yeah.
And that's it.
What is the life like over there? Make us all jealous.
I just love it because you don't really need to make an effort. You
Yeah.
just put your hair on your head, put your gym clothes on, and you can go anywhere. Whereas here I feel it's a little bit more different. Yeah, probably call me lazy or whatever, but yeah, that's the kind of lifestyle that I'm after, flip-flops, shorts, and
Flip-flops and Boston hat. I appreciate the hat, by the way.
Thank you. It's my dad's. I stole it
Representing
from him when I left
my home
London
city.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and just you don't feel like you're getting ripped off. You know, you sit down and can have an amazing meal, and it's like probably an eighth of the price here.
But what about the social life over there?
Social life is just as fun.
What type of people do you meet over there?
There's a lot of expats there too. There's a lot of like British people there. There's a lot of people from everywhere. There's a big Russian presence there. I noticed
everywhere.
Last time I went. Yeah,
everywhere.
Of course.
Everywhere other than Russia.
Not many Arabs though. Actually,
not yet. They're coming.
Many Arabs. But,
they're coming.
Yeah, they're coming. Everyone's coming. Everyone's actually coming to Thailand. Yeah.
But are most of the people there working online as well?
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
It's only when I went over there after, like, I went there on holiday last year, didn't I? I didn't go with the idea of staying, and it's there that I met I was already aware of the online coaching, but there was such a big community of online coaches over there, and sort of fell into the circle of them, and it was just crazy how well they were doing from it in such a short space of time, and I was like, well, if they can do it, I can do it. And a lot of them went from not even had ever coached on the floor, on the gym floor, straight into that from the qualification, you know, so if they can do it then.
Do you feel like your experience working one-on-one with people face-to-face helps you with online training?
Absolutely.
Or it's a totally different world?
It is a different world, but obviously, regardless, you're still working with people, whether they're in front of your face or whether it's on the phone or video calls with them. So the same thing applies. It's the same job. It's just you're not there being a drill sergeant.
But one of the things I noticed, like when I look at your social media or other people who are, you know, living over there, is like you said, there's a lot of people who work in fitness in a smaller area, you know, all working together. So how is that environment? Is it very competitive? Is it supportive? What's that like?
I wouldn't say it's competitive for the online coaching, because everyone gets their clients from different places and everyone's got like different niches, you know, like I have a friend who's Asian and she targets like predominantly Asian women. Like I have friends that target people that want to lose like 30-40 pounds. I target people that want to grow glutes, grow muscle, you know, so everyone has their niche, and you have to have that, because if not, you're all chasing the same thing, you know.
So growing glutes.
If you go to choose a coach, you want someone who specializes in exactly what you want.
For sure, yeah, and it's like dating, right?
I'm not gonna want a coach to coach me if like they teach men how to become bodybuilders. Like, great, you know what you're doing, but I'm gonna choose the woman.
Right. Yeah, I don't think many people are coming to me for bodybuilding. So you're working mostly with women, I'm guessing? I mean...
Mostly with women, yeah. I mean, yes, just women. But I do have some previous male clients that I used to teach face-to-face, and some that have contacted me that, you know, from school and stuff like that. And they want me to coach them, so I'm not going to say no to them. They know what my niche is, and they.
Fellas, this is your sign that growing your glutes is not just for the ladies; it's for us men as well.
Yeah, but as well, we don't just grow glutes for how they look. We need strong glutes, right?
Yeah,
so
actually.
I think everyone comes under the misconception that, you know, we need to train to look like this, but no, you need to be strong.
Yeah,
especially as you're getting older, you need to be strong.
There was a study they did comparing athletes to non-athletes. And they looked at a bunch of different movements, and they found that the one big major difference between athletes and non-athletes is the muscle that the athletes used to drive their movement was their glutes, whereas non-athletes were using their hip flexors. So there's a lot of science behind the importance of using the glutes. It's not just for aesthetics, although it looks great.
Yeah, it looks great, but there's a lot more
also
to it.
Important.
You know, you have to support the rest of your body.
It's funny though, huh? It wasn't that long ago that the ideal look was to be, you know, flat on both sides, pancake, stick thin.
Yeah.
And now we're trying to get injections to become as big as possible.
Yeah.
You see some weird body shapes these days.
You do, yeah, you do. But I mean, everyone's got their preference of how they want to look, and like, who am I to say anything to them? But if you want strong glutes rather than just big glutes, give me a shout.
I don't know. I feel kind of weird about the way that the people are changing their bodies. I was at the beach the other day and I saw one lady and I couldn't stop staring at her. And I couldn't stop staring because I feel like my brain wasn't sure what it was looking at.
Right.
Just gigantic
more.
top,
Okay.
minuscule waist, gigantic bottom.
Right.
And I feel like my brain was just trying to understand the shape that I'm looking at. It's not a human shape,
Yeah.
you know, and I think it's related to or similar to when you have a face tattoo. You know,
Yeah.
they say that when somebody has a face tattoo, your brain first looks at the tattoo and is trying to understand what that is. Rather
Yeah.
than when I look at you, I see your eyes, I see your lips, I see a human face.
Yeah.
There's nothing distracting me from that. But when you have a tattoo, your brain is trying to like
Yeah.
investigate
I
the
get it,
tattoo.
yeah.
So I feel like people changing their body shape is an interesting thing. I kind of nerd out about it sometimes, but I do feel like it's I don't know. Again, we have freedom to do what we want and look how you want. But why? Why are we doing this?
Yeah, but that's like somebody that doesn't go to the gym saying, "Oh, why would you go to the gym? Who can be bothered?" Or like, "Why do you have long
I would say
hair?"
health. I would
Like,
say
you
health.
know, yeah.
I mean, my first instinct would I have an answer for that, health, right?
True.
Or mental health, physical health, right? I mean, I go there to feel good. I don't give a damn how
Yeah.
I look necessarily.
Someone
but
might argue that they chose that body shape because it makes them feel good mentally. Yeah.
But then we have to explore whether that's a good thing that we're having to change our body shape,
Yeah,
spending
I mean,
money and injections and
it's not something that I would do, but I think if we try to understand why everyone does what they do, we
Right.
would just be
that's a good point.
forever.
But how do you feel? Do you feel like you see more or less of that in Thailand than you do in Dubai?
Less.
Less,
but
right?
it's still there.
Yeah.
In Dubai, I mean, this might bring me to why I'm choosing to like leave here at this present moment is because I feel there's too much of that. Not just I'm talking about people who's changed their body shapes, but I mean people being
You can say it.
people being something that they're not, even in terms of personality.
Right.
Like there's a lot of it, you know. Like I love Dubai and I love a lot of people here and stuff, but there's a big part of it that's fraudulent, you know. The way people look, the way people behave, things people have. And I'm not saying anything new here, you know, it's commonly known. So yeah, I just want to get away from that, you know. Don't want to comment on people that are like that. My opinion's my opinion, but if I don't want to be around something, I'm
Yeah,
not
here
gonna be
it's
around
not always what you see is not necessarily what you get here in Dubai,
it's
right?
just all shiny objects. It's
Yeah.
like what I said.
When I first moved here to Dubai, there was one guy working who'd work out at my gym that I was at, and he would come in with, you know, the nicest suits, and he was driving the expensive cars, and he'd always like show off his fancy keys, like the Lamborghini, whatever. And I'm coming from America, poor as hell. I never seen a guy like that. So I'm like, whoa, this is like a celebrity or someone really famous? Who is this guy? And he was doing that for a few months, and then he disappeared. And I was asking, where'd that guy go? And it turns out like all of that was on lease. He couldn't pay the payments, and then he just, you know, essentially ran away from the country. But that was an eye opener for me. I was like, oh, that's
super common here.
Yeah, and that's a shame as well.
I mean, it was not long ago that there was a guy on TikTok, right, that came clean about it all. I can't remember his name. He was quite young. He was like 24, like mixed race guy from the UK. And he used to, like, you know, always show all the cars and the watches and the Louis Vuitton this, Louis Vuitton that, going to this club, tables and bottles. And then he came out online, didn't he? And he just admitted that it was all a fraud. It was all fake. None of it was real. Everything was rented. He would like walk into like a shop, like Rolex, I think it was, and like video it. Like,
was his name Andrew Tate?
No, not him. That's another conversation. But yeah, he openly admitted like faking the whole video, going into the Rolex shop as if he was buying one and stuff like that. So that kind of says it all.
I'm sure you get that a lot as an attractive girl. You get that a lot of those DMs showing off the cars and things like that, or
not really. Like you think that, but men are spoiled over here, I think, in terms of it's kind of a bit like social media, you know, they're laying it out for everyone to see, and it's attracting certain people. Like for me, I show what I can do in terms of online coaching,
like
and it
laying the
attracts
honey.
people that want it.
Laying
right?
the honey
yeah.
and letting
So it's
letting
like the
flies
same
go.
thing. Like that men here don't really. I feel like they don't really need to do anything because they just
Lay the honey.
lay the honey and
Let the honey come.
yeah, and then it comes. So it's like that's another thing I find about here is that men don't really need to make any effort, and they've got their sport for options, but the options being something that's not real.
So how often do you if you're exploring the option of dating a guy, how hard do you
I've given
judge?
up on that.
You've given up on dating. Do you judge? Do you look at the social media and judge the social media?
I'm not really attracted to things like that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I was, but I'm not really attracted to things like that anymore. So.
What are you attracted to now?
At the moment, nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
You've given up entirely?
Given up, yeah.
What
Just
happened?
me and my dog. He's the only guy for me right now. Nothing. Just this business and stuff has taken up a lot of my time. So I want to focus on that fully. And in the future, I will see what happens.
Right. Married to the business?
Right now, yeah. There's absolutely no room for anything else.
Is that the reason?
It is.
Yeah. It's okay. I usually tell people the same excuse why I'm single. I'm married to my work.
It is. Yeah.
I think it's hard.
And
I
a
think
series of failures. Yeah.
What I say is if you're committed, you're working long hours, you could probably maintain a relationship.
Yeah.
But it's hard to establish a relationship because
absolutely.
That's your time of building trust.
Like at the moment, I can't be bothered to sit and get to know someone via WhatsApp and go on dates, with quite high possibility that it might be pointless.
Right.
Like there's no room for that at the moment. Like it's hard to even get out with my friends and see my family. It's just something that even if I wanted to, I wouldn't, because this has got to take priority first. Once the business is at a level where I can do that, then yeah. But at the minute, I'm enjoying.
Then you'll be the
doing
sugar
it.
mama. Then you'll be laying the honey.
No, never.
Then you're laying the honey on
that
social
would never
media.
happen.
How would you compare the dating scene in Thailand versus Dubai? A lot of people here they kind of trash on the dating scene here. I think it's very unique, and in my own experience, it's unique.
It's very unique. I feel like people are a bit more real over there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I'll let you know in a year or something.
Yeah, but I mean, you definitely have met a lot of people there. You have friends over there. So, how common are people meeting people and getting into committed relationships that last for a while?
I have quite a few friends that are in long-term relationships.
I imagine
but
so.
I do have a lot of friends that are in long-term relationships here too.
Yeah.
So, but I find that here, a lot of people have come here together.
Yeah.
Not met here.
Exactly. I see that as well.
Yeah.
Or they're together, but there's also someone on the side.
Yes, that's super common.
See a lot of that
it's
here.
To be expected. So it's I find that women don't even get really, not, of course, it hurts and they get, and no one wants to experience that, but it's already half expected.
Yeah. I remember one girl, she told me, we were having a conversation. She's a friend of mine. We had a conversation about why she is going out on multiple dates with multiple guys, even though she says she's looking for a relationship. And her answer was, I know that they're going to play around on me, so I'll play first. And I was like, damn, that's sad.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's becoming. So it's I like people talk about keeping their options open and that, which is fine. But I don't know how you've even got time to date one man at this point in my life, let alone have so many on the cards. It really is draining and exhausting. So I think that if you're looking for something like that, something serious and, a relationship, committed, I think you can only really focus on one person at the same time, at a time, sorry, not the same time, at a time. Just see, go on a few dates, and then if you're not feeling him, then maybe move on. But it's very hard if you're giving your energy to two different people to really make a decision.
Yeah.
You're going to be like, oh, I like this one a bit more because of this, and I like this one a bit more because of this, and it's going to just create confusion.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, you don't just meet one person and they're going to tick every single thing. It's never going to happen. Like, never. What one person has, the other doesn't, and what one does, the other doesn't. So you're just going to like compare which traits you like more.
Right.
But, you know.
I think here it's, let's say you want to go to the supermarket. So you're like, okay, I'm going to go to Carrefour. And then on your way to Carrefour, you see Spinneys. And you're like, I'll just stop over at Spinneys.
Yeah,
you know?
like, I know what you mean. Like, in Spinneys, I prefer the fruit in Spinneys.
Yeah.
You know, but in Carrefour, I prefer the juice in Carrefour.
Yeah.
So it's like,
try a little bit of both.
supermarkets
In the end, you end
can
up at
go
Grandiose.
to 2 different supermarkets, but yeah.
Yeah,
But it's
weird.
time consuming, right? You're like, oh, I have to go to Spinneys and then I have to go to Carrefour. It's like, oh, why can't everything just be one?
Yeah, I think people are spoiled here with options. I mean, I think,
Yeah.
you know, it's
Absolutely.
hard to accept. So, you know, you're working and let's say I'm interested in you and I'm working and you're interested in me. I'm free to meet Saturday, but you're working. So I'll be like, okay, who else is free on Saturday? And you're interested in meeting on Sunday, but I'm working Sunday. So you'll be like, all right, I'll meet somebody on Sunday.
Exactly.
And then just gets lost in the mix.
I found that in the past, I was always someone that was like, would change my schedule for them. You know, like, oh, you can't do that day. Maybe I can move things around when really I shouldn't be doing that.
Right.
You know, I found that I did that a lot and like, it didn't really bode well for me. So now I'm just like, absolutely not. I will never be doing that. Like, I don't mean to sound like, oh, you know, you have to change your plans to see me, but no, we can just wait till it works for both of us, you know.
But how open to relationships do you think you are at this moment?
Absolute zero.
0. So Brad Pitt walks in the door.
No,
Really? Even Brad Pitt?
never really had a thing for
Even
Brad
me, I'm
Pitt,
like,
to
okay.
be honest.
Brad Pitt?
No, not really keen on celebrities either.
What's that? Not keen on celebrities?
No.
Yeah, I have
I
an
want
idea.
a quiet life.
You picture yourself with a quiet life with in Thailand? Is that where you picture yourself, or you're not even picturing it? Just day to
I
day.
don't know what to expect, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to think too far ahead. Just got tunnel vision, obviously, for the business at the moment.
Yeah.
I haven't even really thought about anything like that.
Well, we miss you in Dubai.
Aw.
We always have a place here.
Yeah, I'll be coming back. It's only 6 hours away, so it's not-
Only 6 hours.
yeah, it's only 6 hours. I'll be back. Who knows? I might end up coming back here. It might not be Thailand. Might not be all that it's cracked up to be. You
Right.
know, like I thought about here. I thought this was just unreal here, and then that changed. So, but maybe the place doesn't change, just my perception of it or people's perception of it. And yeah, I'm just.
Do you feel like your time in Thailand has changed how you view yourself or view anything that you maybe believed in before moving there?
Like the what I want from life has changed. So like, because I used to like the big shiny things, which is why Dubai was so attractive. But I'm getting older now. Like I just turned 37, so I'm like a bit more chill.
Looking great for 37.
Thank you. I appreciate the sunsets and just walking on the beach in the morning, like
Right.
where the dogs are running around. Like my dog can't run around on the beach here. Like these are things that I love to just watch him run around.
Right.
Anyone that knows me knows how much I love my dog. I'm obsessed. But like things like that, you know, and just seeing the kids playing in the street, like not sitting on iPads and screaming because they can't get an ice cream because they're spoiled. Like, you know, things like that. Like I like that. You know, people saying good morning when they walk past you in the street and just things like that. Just natural. It's like it's like going back in time a little bit.
Do you feel that in Thailand? You feel like it's a bit
Yeah.
step back in time
Yeah.
in a good way?
Yeah, in a good way. In a good way. Like no one really gives a shit like what you're wearing,
Right.
what you got on your feet. You know, everyone's just you. It's more genuine connections and conversations because someone's not talking to you for what they can get out of you. You know. So yeah, I'd say that it's a bit more genuine out there. That's why I like it.
A random question, but something I'm also curious about. As someone who studied a little bit about it, how common is Buddhism in Thailand? Is it something that you see all over the
Really
place, or is that a
sure.
bit of a misnomer that
I'm not really sure. I haven't seen huge amounts of it, but I haven't travelled all over Thailand.
you don't even see like a bunch of
large
fat
amounts
Buddhas
times.
everywhere?
You see like monks, I think.
Oh, you do? You see the monks walking in the
Yeah.
street like little avatars?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, there's a lot. It's very heavy on the spirituality out there as well, you know, like, so I've gotten into that over the last, I'd say, year. which is great. So it's yeah.
How
great.
entwined with you are you with the local culture versus the expat culture there?
Well, I'd like to be a lot more involved in that. I'd like
Yeah.
to start doing more things.
Because obviously that's one thing here
Yeah.
is, you know, you come to Dubai, but
There's not much culture here.
the local culture is
It's
very
been taken over.
very separate from the expat
Yeah,
culture,
yeah.
and they really don't mix much.
I think it is a bit separate there, but it's not like the expats have taken over. Definitely
Right.
not. Like everyone, I think everyone that moves there wants that bit of culture. That's why they've gone there, which is what I feel the same.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a beautiful culture. It sounds like it looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous, stunning. You can't be miserable if you're waking up to that.
You can't what?
You can't be miserable if you're waking up to that.
Yeah, I guess so. Unless you wake up early. I mean, you texted me the other today, and you were up really early, and I'm a bit worried about your sleep schedule.
I was up at 4 a.m. Ridiculous. Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot on my mind with just being in London, then here, loads to sort out, going over there, difference in time.
Yeah.
You know, not overnight flight the night before. So I just think my sleep needs to regulate, and it will. And I think I'm a bit tired, but I'm alive.
You're alive. There we go. Anything else you'd like to share with us today?
Just that my online coaching platform is. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Give it a plug. Tell me, how do we find you online?
Yeah, well, I have my Instagram handle is _Yasmine Layla _ I don't even know what it is actually, to be honest. We'll put it somewhere, but yeah, you can find me on Instagram, or you can hit us up. I don't know. I'm not saying this right.
I'll post the socials in the description of the
Yeah, we can
of the
post
video
the
and
socials at a
the
later
podcast.
day if you want to just have a little look or find out about online coaching. Then yeah, give me a shout. And yeah, it's been great being on here with you, Harry.
Yeah, look, I really miss you at the gym. You were my favorite person to
I do miss the
work
gym
with.
a lot. I do miss the gym a lot, and I do miss being on the floor. But you know, we all have to move on.
We used to talk all this shit between clients, and you were the one I would share all my bullshit with, and definitely you're missed.
Yeah, I was definitely your agony aunt. For sure.
Yeah, for better and for worse.
For better and for worse, yeah.
All right. Well, thanks again for coming
Thank
on.
you so
Thank you
much.
for your patience. I
Lovely
know
to
we
be on.
had some fluctuations yesterday, but we got it done.
Yeah, we're here.
And
We made it. We did it.
Yeah, all finished. Hopefully, talk to you again soon. Yeah.
All right.
All right, guys. Have a great day. That'll be all for us.
Bye-bye.
Bye.